Y'all, this is Business of Birmingham. I am your host, Isis Jones, with your other host, Felicia Roberts. We want to say thank you for being a part of Businesses of Birmingham. And again, this is all to showcase the great individuals and companies we have here in the city. But today, we got Takasha Stevenson. Not only is she an author, she's an activist. And you know, Takasha, this is not a normal type of conversation in the aspect of all the things that you've been through. You are, again, a motivational speaker, you are an author, and you've actually spent some Fed time. Can you tell us about your experience and what you're doing, sis?
I was sent to Greenville Federal Prison Camp for money laundering.
Wow.
Accepting child support through my Wells Fargo bank account from my baby daddy, who was a drug dealer.
Wow.
I took the Fed to trial a whole week, and of course I lost. Got sentenced to 3 years. I've been home 5 years now.
Nice. Well, I love the fact again that you're home. I'm quite sure this was an experience, and I'm pretty positive you're using this story to basically as a cautionary tale in the sense of what we as young adults can basically get into and be basically hit with if we make certain decisions, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My story, it's rare. It's a rare story.
Yeah.
The money, they got him for drugs.
Okay.
And they found a receipt in his home while they was searching his house. I wasn't even in the picture. And because the receipt traced back to me, they checked my bank account. They didn't know I had a full-time job, and I worked at Mercedes-Benz at the time. Mm-hmm. And I went to trial, and I testified that some of the money that he gave me for child support, but they said you cannot accept child support from a drug dealer into your bank account.
And that will cause some problems.
Yes. So after losing trial, I was real angry, and I was serving time way in Greenville, Illinois, because they intentionally sent me out of the state of Alabama to get me out of my comfort zone.
Right.
And I was just angry. I was angry with God. I was angry with everybody, him, family, friends. I was pointing fingers. And I hooked up with some older ladies in there because the younger ladies, we were just vibing and hanging. And it was just, time was slow. When I started interacting with the older ladies and they started teaching me stuff and telling me that my sentence wasn't right and I should probably try to still fight it. And we was going to church.
Right.
And I came up with writing a book.
Hey.
I was having dreams and visions.
Well, and I think that's the fun part about this, being able to take your conviction to correction, or better yet, taking your conviction to help folks. Mm-hmm. I love the books so far. Of course, we know we have the Conviction to Correction, Behind the Walls, also Conviction to Correction. I guess that's the second version. And also you have Secure, which is a collaboration that you did with a number of women also.
Yes.
What did it take to basically write these, sis? I mean, that's a beautiful story. Is the story contained all in here?
Oh yeah. The first book, Conviction to Correction, Behind the Walls. I'm talking about everything that I did to lead up to the prison sentence, everything I went through in prison. And I kind of touched on, why I realized that even though I wasn't guilty of the charge that I got charged for, I can kind of understand why God allowed me to go to prison. So, because that baby daddy, he wasn't going nowhere.
Right.
So had I not went to prison, I probably would still be doing the same thing, dating drug dealer, dating him, just getting into different things. I wouldn't be this person I am today.
It's a blessing in disguise.
Thank you. Book number 2 is talking about, since my 5 years I've been home, the accomplishment. I'm a third-time graduate. I graduated in May 2020 from Lawson State here in Birmingham for business administration. I graduated May 2021 in Shelton State in Tuscaloosa, business, office management, and paralegal. And I'll be graduating the third time, May the 6th, with Miles College here, a bachelor's in criminal justice. And I'm a justice ambassador. And I'll be starting to go in and out the prisons, talking to different, I only the Alabama. I'm gonna start off in the Alabama prison system next month in June.
No, that's a beautiful story, sis. I mean, and very inspiring, the aspect of you being able to get out and want to do something positive with the experience, because I know that was immense.
Like you
Yes.
spun everything into gold.
Yeah, I tell my story everywhere, all in the stores, Walmart, at work, wherever I meet people.
You got a testimony.
And you
want
work
to
with
share it.
children as well, or troubled youth. And
Yes, yes.
Because you
They everywhere.
No, because when she first walked in, she's kind of like, I like working with guys, like the juvenile delinquents. And I'm like, that's different,
Hey,
But we need folks like you who really can key into that and who've been through the experience as well.
Because it's basically like you just have to consistently be in their life, like talk to them. That's basically what it is. Like that's what I was missing. So I realized the reason that I started dating drug dealers wasn't because I had a mom and dad. I didn't have that much needed consistent attention.
Right.
Because of work and everything. So that's basically what's going on. We just lacking attention, love, whatever, It's not enough.
No, I agree. It takes incredible parents like yourselves to basically have those conversations and be in your child's life, and how much of a title that is with the parents who are going through this. Because again, this is a whole story. And again, it's not just for our young adults, but for our older adults as well, because we're still out here making some interesting, decisions.
especially
and how
when it comes to men.
Oh, that's book number 3.
Okay, I'm on.
So the third book, number 3, when people look at me, they probably don't know they don't know my story.
Right.
They can't tell what I've been through. And so I've been physically abused. I've been I've been sexually assaulted, not molested, but assaulted, harassed. And so I'm basically telling my story on how I became emotionally insecure. And I'm telling everything on, what I went through, how I overcame it, and how I became the person I am today, to help somebody else who's probably struggling silently and don't too embarrassed or ashamed to tell it.
And I love that you have that story to be able to be told, sis. That is amazing.
Thank you.
And again, this is just one of the ways that we connect with individuals just like Takasha, who really are making an impact in their community. Business is not just about the flow and the economics, but it's also the people that are behind the scenes who are definitely making a difference and sharing your story correctly. Okay, not just out here just pandering on the sidewalk.
Oh.
But a question says, if we want to of course purchase one of the books, get more information, how do you come to speak to our girls or our young men? How do we get in contact with you, Takasha?
I have a website, rightoheal.org, WRITE, the number 2, HEAL.org. You can look it up on Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com, and by email. My email is righttoheal2020 at gmail.com.
So free with the information. I love it. Takasha Stevenson, thank you so much for your testimony. And thank you for, again, letting us tell your story as well with Businesses of Birmingham. You want to tell your story, you're more than welcome to come on. We will definitely have the information available for you. We'd love to hear about what you're doing in Birmingham for business. But I thank you, Isis Jones and Miss Felicia Roberts. We will see you next week on Businesses of Birmingham. Thanking our sponsors, Culture Beham, as well as Create Live Studios. And thanks out to Jax for, again, giving us the refreshments for a great show. We'll see you next week. This is Birmingham.